Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Crash Bandicoot playthrough. This is probably going to be the finale, or at least the last video of the main part of the series. There will be one or two extra videos, of course. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on our adventure here as we are making our steps back through the game to get all of the clear gems that we had to miss out on. Next level we have is, unfortunately, the Road to Nowhere, but with that, forgot what gem it was. Let me verify. Road to Nowhere, where are you? The red gem from Slippery Climb. We can now beat this level. We can beat this level properly, so hooray for that. Unfortunately, it means we do have to go through this level again, but I guess a small price to pay. Just never having to do this again, I guess. As usual, make sure you pick up those bonus tokens, because we are going to need those. At the very least, I can say that this is not the high road. At least this is not the high road. This is also just not the first level I have to do after a, a couple days break from recording this project. Because that was the thing, when I started that one recording session after my first one, the first level I had was the high road. At least for this, since I'm, recorded a couple of sessions, or a couple of recording videos at this point. I'm at least, familiar with the platforming again, so don't really have to worry about missing out on anything. So this is actually a very interesting section of the level. But let's go ahead and do this. Basically, we don't want to hit this because we'll die. We don't have any mats with us right now. But if we actually go around here, we do find a TNT barrel. And I think, is there actually a mask over here? For some reason I thought there was a mask here, but I guess not. Maybe it's a little bit later. But since we broke that, we do actually have access to a block, or a stepping stone. So we can actually, theoretically, get that without blowing up. But unfortunately that was not the case. But yeah, let's go back here and try again. I swear, I thought there was a mask over here or something we could get to at least make this section a little easier, but apparently I was wrong. Okay, here's the mask. And see, it's kind of annoying how the game does this, but you're actually supposed to... Well, actually, no, you're not. Never mind. For some reason, I thought they, expected you to get the mask to tank this hit. Which, why the hell did I do that right there? But, no, you didn't have to do that. Well, either way, that's done. So we can actually move back to the main part of the level now. Hopefully we can get to the next checkpoint so I don't have to do all that again. Okay, good. Oh yeah, there is a bonus level here. I was like, wait a minute, is there a bonus level here? It's like, yeah, of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? And so I'll try to make this level as difficult as possible. Well, I guess if they wanted to make this as difficult as possible, they just make this a colored gem level. So you know what? Never mind. Thank God they didn't do that. I also love this little Rube Goldberg machine to get you over here. It's kind of funny. Okay, so that takes care of that. We only have 2 boxes left, and from what I remember, first of all, dumb turtles again. But from what I remember, This level has a case of the last level, or the other level like this, where basically there is a little path after the exits. That is unfortunate. But at least we know we're at the end now. Literally, this is all we have left. But yeah, at the ending of this level, I have something kind of similar to the high road, except in the high road, it was at the beginning of the level. Also, make sure you don't jump into the ending accidentally. I honestly could see people doing that. And there we go. Road to Nowhere is completed. Thank God. I think the next level is actually not too bad. I think it's a short level we have next. From what I remember anyway. Because the next level we have is Boulder Dash. So for this one you need the purple gem that was in Lights Out. So this is the most recent colored gem we got. And if you remember, the gem platform was at the very end of the level, so we pretty much have to redo this level entirely. Which isn't too bad. Again, it's not a very long level by any means. It's actually kind of an interesting feature, but in the PlayStation 1 version of this game, you couldn't actually let the boulder destroy the boxes. You actually had to set off like all the TNT boxes and hit all the boxes yourself, which definitely made like a level like this a lot harder to do, in theory. Although again, there aren't exactly very many of these levels, so it wasn't a big deal or anything, but that was definitely a thing. But yeah, now we're going to go down here into the secret Boulder Dash compartment. Obviously, don't destroy these yet until you're ready to. What? How'd I die? That makes no frickin' sense. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Now I gotta break through all these, and Boulder Dash completed. Okay, guys, we are down to the final clear gem left, and I believe the last one we have to get is Cortex power. Here we go, Cortex power. So this level is actually fairly interesting because this is the level that has like multiple routes. So because of that, you have to make sure that you cover this level pretty well as you're going through this. Honestly, I don't even know like how to recommend doing this, to be honest. There's a number of ways you could approach this level. Definitely try to get as many masks as possible, though. I'm gonna go to the left first. How'd he hit me? That's annoying. I should have been out of range of that. But yeah, there's the gem platform, so we know we have to come back for that. There's a checkpoint. I'm not going to get that checkpoint yet, though. Okay, once again, another Aku mask. I'm going to actually go back this way a little bit. Checkpoints. I actually just want to see if there's any boxes back here. If there's not, I can keep going the normal way. But yeah, this is where the path split up. So we are good to go in this light. Ooh, that was close. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go this way now. Gonna make sure I'm actually safe from this time. Hit this. Jump, hit this. Not gonna care about the 1-up, because why would I? And we should actually be caught up with all the boxes now, so we can kind of approach the rest of this level normally. One thing I am going to do, though, is I am going to go a little bit further. I kind of remember what the game does, because there's 2 boxes right here. But I think those are the only 2 boxes on this route, so I can technically go back. Technically. Couldn't, but, you know what, no, I'll hit those boxes backwards. I'll go the other way for those boxes. Shouldn't matter too much. But we're going to go back over here now for the blue gem platform. This will give us an Aku mask that we can use. Hopefully we don't use it poorly. Okay, so here... And see, this is like the nice thing about this game compared to the PS1 version, is I can hit all those TNT crates and not be scared that all the boxes didn't get destroyed. So that is one nice thing about this game. Because I want to say the logic that the PS1 version used was that you either have to break all the boxes yourself or at least see them as they're being destroyed. So if I left the room like that, unfortunately, there's not much I could have done about that. Also, let's just jump on this guy. So yeah, we're going to go backwards yet again. This is not the best route to do this with, though. These are the 2 boxes from earlier, so yeah, those were the only 2 I had left. But the forward trip shouldn't be as bad, because you can actually see where you're jumping now. Now here you have to be a little careful. And there's 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten all the gems in Crash Bandicoot 1. Hooray! Give me that gem. And with that, I think we are ready to go to the final boss now, so let's do that. Final boss is actually pretty difficult from what I remember. It's a pretty difficult fight, not gonna lie. And yeah, unfortunately I think you're forced to use Crash in these next 2 levels, so that's kind of a shame. I mean, it makes sense, though, because, I mean, we are fighting the main nemesis of this, but, you know, still. You'd think Coco would want to get her revenge on Cortex as well. So here we go. Dr. Neo Cortex. I like trying to spin at him. There's not really any reason to do so, but it can be kind of fun to do. So for this battle, you kind of want to use the same logic that you used in Nitrous Brio's boss fight. Basically, you want to spin the green projectiles. The purple ones are bad, and you do not want to touch them. This is a pretty formulaic boss fight, though. As long as you kind of pay attention to what you're doing, it's not too bad. Okay, so we got 2 hits on him. This is probably the hardest phase right here, honestly. And yeah, you get completely vaporized if you touch him, so... Also, you can just walk off the balloon, so obviously don't do that. One thing you might want to consider doing, though, is taking a couple of deaths, if you can afford it. Because then you can actually get an Aku Aku mask, which would definitely make this fight a lot more manageable. It'd make it easier, for sure, but nothing wrong with easy. But yeah, this is where this fight gets a little difficult. Okay. Oh, come on. Really? Okay. Okay, they actually gave me a pity mask this time. Again, a large part of this fight is just kind of being persistent and waiting for your opening, kind of memorizing his energy ball patterns. Once you have that down, it's really not that bad at all. If you can get to the 4th round pretty consistently without taking a hit, you'll get it before too long. Okay, so he's going to start this phase again. You can even do this in a way where if it seems like there's like one green orb that's like really hard for you to hit, you can just opt to like not even worry about it and just kind of focus on an easier one like that one, for example. But anyway, this is where the fight gets a little more difficult. He starts really shooting. And there we go. He is done. And that is the final boss. We have rescued Tana, and now we are on a blimp ride to, I guess, the next game. Where else? But yeah, after that, pretty much shows us the credits, which I think they'll show to us again anyway if we take the other ending, so I'll probably just end up... Yeah, I'll go ahead and skip this. And we'll go right back to the Wumpa Islands. So yeah, that's one of the endings. There is another one, though. We're going to go back to the Great Hall, and now that we have all the clear gems, we can actually go through the way that I guess the game wanted us to go. So we have a lot of jumps to make. If you want to count all 20 gems, I mean, be my guest, but I'm pretty sure it's just 5 gems in every long strand here until you get to the end. And here's the secret ending. And that's it! You get a little epilogue for all the boss characters. Papu sold the ruins of Castle Cortex to a resort developer. He then proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. After intense therapy and 8 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to write the well-received book, Through the Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. Koala Kong moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a citywide sanitation company. He is saving money for his upcoming gubernatorial campaign. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Nitrous Brio rediscovered his first love, tending bar. The world has heard nothing more of Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches. And that's it. Kind of wish I wouldn't have skipped through the credits then, but you know, those credits aren't really even the official credits for Crash Bandicoot 1. I believe they're the same credits you get for every single Crash game in this collection. So it's probably for the best I don't show them anyway. I'll just wait till the end and then show them in the final video. But yeah, that's Crash Bandicoot 1. Overall, I do think it's a good game, especially now that it's on the Insane Trilogy. There are some nuances, though, that I'm not particularly happy about. Like, it's really, really annoying to get those... it's really annoying to get those colored gems. Because, again, it's so easy to die in a lot of these levels. That's just the way it is. I know that the developers designed it that way to be hard, but it can still be very, very frustrating. Especially if you just, like, miss the platform by, like, an itty-bitty, like, frame or pixel or whatever. So it can be really, really frustrating. But, you know, aside from that, though, it's still a fun adventure. And again, I appreciate Vicarious Vision actually giving a more playable version of Crash Bandicoot 1 because, you know, all things considered, even if there were some frustrations here, I had a lot less frustrations getting through this game than I did the first Crash game on PlayStation 1. So again, I welcome the changes. I think they made the games way more accessible, especially for those who want to kind of come to this series and try it out for the first time. And I think that the Insane Trilogy is a great way to do that. So if you're interested in the series, if you like what you saw, definitely give it a shot. There's tons of replay value, especially with the time trials, which I will be going over next video. I know I didn't really talk about them too much, but In the next video, I'll only have one extra video where I'll cover the super secret level that's over here. The level known as, if I can actually go up to it properly, Stormy Ascent. And then I'll also show off a few things in regards to time trials as well. So that's what the next video is going to entail, and that'll be the last video for this project. So, like I said before, I'll rejoin you guys when we move on to Crash Bandicoot 2. It'll probably be a few months from now, maybe kind of in the fall, late fall, maybe even early fall if there's enough demand for it. But yeah, I'll get to Crash Bandicoot 2 this year as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, just got the one extra video here. I'll probably be talking more about the game in that extra video. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Later, folks.